Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we're taking a quick look at and installing the SRT style rear spoiler in black, available for the 08 and newer Challenger. You should be checking this out. Very simply put, if you're looking to upgrade the rear end appearance of your Challenger to give it more of that aggressive Hellcat or SRT styling that you see from those factory trim packages. Now we've got our 13 RT in the shop today with its Hemi orange paint color, and we've got the SRT spoiler on it, and as you can see, it is a pretty big change up from the factory option. The factory spoiler is a little bit lower, it's a little bit less aggressive, it's pretty bland, honestly, if you ask me. This guy here sticks up a little bit more, replicates a little bit more of a ducktail style, and of course it's reminiscent of the SRTs that come off the Dodge lot like that. Now this guy here is an unpainted black option. It's completely matte black, not primed or painted, so out of the box you can bolt it up like we have here, or you can take it to a local paint shop of your choice to get custom paint matched to Hemi orange, for example, like this one here. Now I'll take a little bit closer look at this, comparing it to stock in just a little bit. Now this one here is going to be a little bit taller here. It's got the two notches in the middle, sort of lines up with the third brake light there up at the windshield and follows the body lines of the vehicle, just accentuates them a bit more. Now the price tag for this comes in right around 125 bucks, making it a pretty affordable rear end appearance mod, especially if you go the unpainted route like we have here. You can bolt it right up. Obviously want to factor in costs if you do want to go take it to get it paint matched or custom painted to a color of your choice. Now install wise, 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. If your vehicle came with a factory spoiler like ours, you can bolt it up using pre-existing holes on each side. Now, you can drill additional holes in the middle even if your vehicle did come with a spoiler to give it some extra support, but there's 3M automotive bonding tape, and that's an optional route you can go that I'll be taking you through today. If your vehicle did not come with a factory spoiler at all, you will have to drill in new holes, so that'll beef up the difficulty a little bit more, of course, and require some additional hand tools. Ours came with a spoiler, so we're not going to be drilling today, but something to keep in mind, obviously. Now, the install is going to take you about 30 minutes from start to finish. I'm going to walk you through the entire process. Let's get started. Tools used in the install include an impact gun, 10mm deep socket, small Phillips head screwdriver, alcohol wipe, and a knife. Now because our Challenger has a factory spoiler on it, we can start with the uninstall, which is just basically 2 bolts and some 3M underneath of it getting it off. But if you don't have a factory spoiler, you can skip over the uninstall steps of our uninstall process and get right into your drilling. Now, if you have a factory spoiler, drilling is not required, but if you don't, you will have to drill out some holes in order to bolt it up, so keep that in mind. Because we have a spoiler, I'm gonna start by popping open our trunk. There are 2 nuts, like I said, 1 in each corner. We have to remove the rubber cap from that, and then we'll be able to start from there. Starting on our passenger side, this rubber cap here, you're basically just gonna twist and pull straight off. It exposes that 10mm nut. Grab your 10 socket and an impact gun or a ratchet and get that off. Same thing on the other side. All right, same thing on the other side. Twist off this cap, pull it straight off. Grab your 10 socket and get that nut off. All right, with those 2 out of the way, shut your trunk, and you can remove your spoiler. Keep in mind, guys, even though there was only 2 nuts holding this on, the middle section of your factory spoiler will have some 3M adhesion underneath of it. Because our spoiler has been removed before, that adhesion has been removed also. So ours is a lot easier to pull off, like this. Yours, however, may need a panel removal tool in order to loosen up and remove the 3M that's in the middle, and you'll pry up on that. Just be careful not to crack or damage your spoiler. And then once you have that guy off, set it aside and we can clean up the trunk lid. Now it's up to you how thorough you want to be with this, because your new spoiler will be covering this up. You just want to do a good job of cleaning this guy up. I'm going to use a soap and water mixture in a squirt bottle to help get all of the dirt and dust off of this surface. If you have really bad adhesive, you might want to invest in some adhesive remover or something like that in order to get those adhesive sticky parts off of the paint, just to get a good bond between the new spoiler and your trunk. All right, so there we can move on. So we got our factory spoiler off of our 13 RT behind me, and it's on the table next to our SRT spoiler. And I want to take you through some similarities and differences here, and it's quite simple, honestly. Your factory spoiler is the RT, this one is the SRT Hellcat. Now, the SRT Hellcat option is a little bit wider, so it's got a little bit more depth, I should say. It's also a little bit taller, and the divots here are a little bit more pronounced. So overall, it's just a little bit more of an aggressive spoiler. It has somewhat of a ducktail kind of characteristic to it. It's a little bit more flush on this side of the edge, and it comes up a little bit higher toward the back end. And that's something that you see on a lot of the vehicles nowadays, but this one here is coming straight off that SRT inspired styling. Now, another thing you'll notice is that this is a completely different color. Now out of the box, this SRT option compared to the factory one is unpainted. Of course, if your Challenger came with a factory spoiler, it's gonna be pre-painted to whatever color you have, like our Hemi orange behind me. This one here out of the box is a smooth, matte black, unpainted ABS plastic. Now the ABS is exactly what you'd expect from most, if not all, aftermarket exterior styling parts. Usually they're made of some sort of ABS plastic. You'll find differences in finish on top of the ABS plastic in the category. Some are pre-painted, some are primed, some are coated in certain ways, others are textured. This is a completely smooth, completely matte black ABS. Now, this is something we're gonna be bolting up right out of the box, and we're gonna show you guys that in just a second. But what you need to know here is that it can be painted to any color of your choice. So if you wanted to match it to Hemi orange, for example, you can take that to your local shop if you'd like. But either way, right out of the box, we're gonna bolt that guy up. Now, on the underside, there are quite a few pre-drilled, pre-threaded holes here, and there are also quite a few bolts included in the kit. We are only going to be using the 2 outside bolts. Otherwise, you would have to do a little bit more drilling into the trunk lid to get these additional ones, and that is optional. You can go that route if you want some added security, but the 2 on each end is perfectly adequate, just like the factory one. Now, the factory one, while it does use 2 on the end and just a couple of clips in the middle, obviously the clips in the middle don't apply to the new one. So we're gonna be using 3M automotive bonding tape to take care of this section, and the bolts will take care of the outer section. Now again, like I said, you can drill those holes if you want to bolt that up, but 3M will do the trick here. Make sure you're using an alcohol wipe to clean off this surface here. That's what we'll be doing next. So let's put this aside and get to it. Next up, we're going to take an alcohol wipe and we're going to clean off the center section, or really the whole thing, but particularly where the 3M tape is going to apply. We want to make sure we're getting rid of all that dirt and dust. And you'll see when it comes off, there's a little bit of black there. That little dust doesn't seem like it would make an impact, but it actually does prohibit a good 3M tape bond, so you want to make sure all that stuff and all that gunk is gone. At this point, we're just going to be applying 3M to the bottom, the top, and if you want, you can put some in the middle there, of course. We're just going to go in between the 2 bolts on either side. All right, at that point, you just want to grab a knife. You're going to cut off the excess. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is peel off a couple of inches on each one of them so that when we apply this, we'll be able to easily peel it off with it on car. So next what we'll do is have our 3M strips peeled back a couple of inches there on either side. I'm going to place this gently into place. Now obviously this isn't correct, so we're just going to shuffle over, and you're going to basically take one of the screws, carefully lift up on the trunk lid, put it through the open hole underneath, and lightly thread it into the hole that's threaded under the spoiler. Right, now we're not going to tighten this down fully just yet. I'm going to get it nice and hand tight so I know that that's in place correctly. Same thing over here. From here you can grab your Phillips head screwdriver and tighten that guy down. All right, if you'd like, switch over to your 10mm. Go the rest of the way. All right, repeat that on the other side. Perfect. With the spoiler in place at this point, you can peel off the 3M tape since we know it's exactly lined up where we need it to be. Make sure you're putting firm and even pressure all around where that 3M is to give it that extra bond. And of course, you could have used adhesion promoter as well. And at that point, guys, you're good to go. That's gonna wrap up my review and install for the SRT style rear spoiler in black for the 08 and newer Challenger. You can get yours right here at AmericanMuscle.com.